Good afternoon, everyone. We are here to introduce our new ERP portal, which is called IHNA ERP portal, which is also called Knowledge Hub. So the Knowledge Hub, what the new system it's going to do is it's going to replace all these systems. So the Knowledge Hub that we have, the Academic Hub, Admissions Portal, and the Partner Portal. Together, we're going to use only one system, which is our Knowledge Hub ERP portal. So this is how the system looks like. This is what you're going to see your system. I hope everyone can see my screen as well. When you log into the system, this is what you're going to see. All right. Here we've got the academic portal, which is equivalent to our academic hub. So this academic hub, if you click on the academic portal, it will take you to a dashboard which tells you like how many assessments are pending for marking and how many assessment has been submitted at the moment, which is one thing. But other than that, if you look at all these menu items, students, assessments, procedures, documents, communications, courses, resource hub, finance, reports, and site administration, all these things are the same thing that you see here. Courses, course offer, finance, assessments, students, site administration, documents, procedures, student hub is not there, but all others are there. Student survey, student attendance, these are all there, but that is inside. I can show you later. All right. Similar way, the office portal is our current knowledge hub. So if you click on that, it will show you everything which is in our current knowledge hub. So the news here, the diary here, the quick links here, which is like add student inquiry for admission, add student support request, add service request. So let me take out our current knowledge hub. This is what our current knowledge hub is. We've got the search area. So the search is integrated here. You can search for student, staff, partners, or any inquiries at one go. That is why we have integrated the search here in one place. So anywhere you go, either you go to academic portal, you go to office portal, anywhere you go, the search will stay as is. And in the knowledge hub, if you come here, the news comes here, which is the news here. And then the diary, it's here. And then these ones, the quick links are here. It's there. And then the quick launch ones. So the quick launch ones are these ones. IHNA portals, administration, accounts, governing bodies, all these things. So you can see that here, portals, administration, accounts, governing bodies, corporate hubs, marketing. There could be minor changes we might be doing on this one because we are planning to make it a bit more individualized dashboards rather than giving the same thing to everyone. So you can expect some changes in this one in future, but at the moment when we develop or deliver the product, this will be there. And then going to the calendar, you can see the calendar, which is a future endeavor that we're going to do. All your activities for the day will be displayed in the calendar. That is what's going to happen in the future. We have the similar calendar in our existing knowledge hub as well, which we'll be using. Everything below, the academic hub, resource hub, service desk, staff feedback, and IHNA website, all these things are added in this one, but not in this area. So it's in different areas, which I'll show you on the go. Right now, in the staff portal, you can see excuse me, you can see the menus here: staffing, QMS, operations, my office, Financials we haven't added at the moment, and the business management, which is called BM. So all these things are here as well. In the My Office, if you click on this one, you see everything, and at the end you see an admin panel as well. So the same thing you see here as well. My Office is there, and then the My Office admin panel as well. Whoever got admin access, whoever got admin privileges, or whoever got someone reporting to them, they will have this admin panel as well. That is how it works. Now going into it, in terms of staffing, you can see the staff directory, diary, news, all the stuff here. Whatever you see in the staff here, all this stuff added here. In QMS, policies, policy management, forms and agreements, FAQ, all those stuff added here. So here in QMS, the same thing you can see there as well. Operations, task, continuous improvements, meeting minutes, student complaints, feedbacks, staff feedbacks, all those stuff is added here. In the process, you can see the student complaints and student feedbacks and everything. So you don't need to go into process and then go to student feedback and all. Instead, it's added here itself. And then finally, My Office. So here your calendar, update your resume, all these stuff is here. Your skills matrix, your reports, leaves, out of office, toil, leave balance, timesheet, all these things you can see here. Right. Now to the admin panel, you can see other staff resume, like if whoever reporting to you, you can see their resume, their qualifications, their experience, induction, reports, skills matrix submitted by other staff, capability framework and staff performance, leave requests by other staff. All these things you can see here. Don't worry about this data. This is a test data. We have dumped it from the live database approximately 2 weeks ago. So you don't need to worry about what's showing there, which is not the real stuff. Then the business management, our business plan, our strategic plan, corporate governance and all those stuff is added here. So this is what our academic knowledge hub actually. So the knowledge hub here, don't get confused with the names. The knowledge hub here is at the moment called as Office Portal. So if you look at it in general, Academic Hub is for student management, Office Portal, Academic Portal is for student management, Office Portal is for staff management, Stakeholder Portal is for clinical placement and agent management, Admissions Portal is for admission management. This is what the different systems belongs to. So if you have a confusion on like which what I need to look for. For example, if it is anything related to the student, go to the academic portal and search there. If it is anything related to the office portal, you can get it from the, sorry, if it is anything related to the staff, then you can get the answers from office portal. Anything related to placements or the agents, you can get the answers from stakeholder portal. Anything related to the admissions, you will be able to get the answers from admissions portal. Just check the chat history as well to see whether there is any chat coming up. Anyone have any questions? Feel free to type it in the chats, please. Now coming back to our academic portal. Academic portal tells you how many assessments pending for marking for the day. This is campus-wise. Melbourne, we've got very low, 504. Perth and Sydney, near 2000. Australia means the online courses. We've got this many pending for marking. In that as well, if you look at course wise, Diploma of Nursing is the highest one, and then Cert 3 Aged Care, Cert 3 HSA, I think MHC is Manual Handling course, all these courses, Iron Program, Cert 3 Acute Care, Individual Support, all these courses have their own contributions as well. But the highest one is Diploma, 1,369 assessments pending for marking. It could be pending or redo pending for marking, either one could be. Now going inside to see the student, click on the student management. You can select the student and course here. So if you just wanted to see the Diploma of Nursing students only, just type Diploma and then select which course you wanted to enter. This is a new feature actually we have added, like you can select the course. Very soon we'll be adding multiple selection as well, like you can select multiple courses. You can select Diploma of Nursing and then Iron Program together. At the moment it is not there, but we're going to add that in as well. You can select the course categories if you want. You can select the course offers you want, and then you can select the student status as well. Like if you want to see all the current students for Diploma of Nursing all together, we can see it here. And if you wanted to go into a particular student details, you can go in here, click on the student, and then you can see the student here. And all the student details as well. If you wanted to search for a student, you can do it in the search at the top. So you can do the search here. You can see the name, with the name Dominic, how many people are there? Is there any staff there with that name? No. Any stakeholders there? No. Any inquiries there with that name? There could be some. So we'll go with the student. We can see the student details here. The personal details, see the address here. It's the same like our academic hub. Miss data if something is there. Vet fee help data here. Pre-training review here. Attendance here. Leave details here. Invoice here. And the portfolio. So you can see how many sessions the student attended and all the details you'll be able to see here. Coming back to the enrollment tab, you can see how many courses the student done with us. One is Certificate 3 in HSA, another one is Diploma. You can see course offers, how many course offers student enrolled with us. You can see the units enrolled here. So if you select the course, and then you can see how many units student enrolled and what is the status of that unit, what is the outcome of the unit. Student is competent in final. I think they are in their fourth semester. So until third semester, they are competent in final. The fourth semester we're still waiting. Communications, all the communications with the student in terms of their journals, the emails sent to the student, the student support request, everything you'll be able to see here. I think it's taking a bit of time to load. Let's go through the other one. The assessment report. Sorry. The same as we see in our academic hub, you can see assessment reports for the student. You can see the comprehensive assessment report here. It tells you what is the unit status for the student, and for each assessment for the unit, what is the status, when it is submitted, who is uploaded, who marked it, when it is marked. So every details about student assessment, that is why it is called as a comprehensive assessment report, and the unit outcome as well altogether. It's competent. That is how it works. All the documents uploaded for the student, you'll be able to see it here. See all these are the documents. Activity log, don't worry. The assessment checklist, you can see it here. So any data for a student, you will be able to see that here. All the journals that you enter will be displayed here. You can see individually for the student, but if you wanted to see all the journals entered by you for a particular time period, say for example, Jackie, how many journals she has entered for the last 2 months. If you wanted to see it, you will be able to see that here. So many will be there. Similar way, you can see for each of you, or if you wanted to see for a particular course how many journals has been entered, you can see for a particular campus how many journals, all the details you'll be able to see. A journal type, like how many student support journal has been added, how many follow-ups has been added, student issues, LLN support, technical support, all has been added here. Now the student support is the same student support that we have at the moment, but the only difference is at the moment the student support is a standalone one here, this one, but here it is inside the student menu. You can search for all the open tickets here, and then you can search for you can decide how many to be displayed. Like if you want to display 100 tickets at one go and all the open tickets, you will be able to see that here. Paula is asking, how is the approval for assessments is going to work? Paula, I didn't quite get the question. I will unmute you. You can probably ask the question.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so when issuing certificates, I have to go through each of the assessments and I have to approve each assessment one by one.
Yeah.
With students sometimes, because we have so many assessments, it takes a lot of time. So I'm just wondering if we have now an icon where I can approve all the assessments at the same time.
At one time. All right. Thanks for the question, Paula. I'm muting you now. Unfortunately, that facility is not there. So what you have to understand is what we are delivering now, or what we are releasing now, is a similar copy of the existing academic hub. There won't be any major changes unless otherwise, other than the changes like making it into a single platform and then making it doing a bit of change in the look and feel. That is the only changes that what we do. Otherwise you do everything as is. All your requests, like what Paula said now is a change request that she at the moment she is doing it one by one. Instead she need an facility to do it all at once. All such change requests are in queue now. Once we have released this product, and once everyone is comfortable with that, we will start working on every such request. Like I think around 300 pending requests are there for us to work on. We'll start working on all of them and we'll clear all of them. So Paula, probably in the next 2 to 4 weeks you might be able to see all these changes that you've requested for. There are other changes as well requested by Paula, I remember. Similar way, we've got so many requests from different parts of IHNA. We will be servicing all of them very soon. All right. We were in assessments, right? Now, coming back to assessments. So all the educators normally use this part for doing their assessment marking. So you can search for your course here, and then like if you see a student here, then click on the student. You can see the student details here. To grade the assessment, click on here. You might see a bit of distortions there. Don't worry about it. We're working on it and we'll fix it very soon. But you can mark the assessment even now. Similar way, the PDF assessments. So if you go to pending marking again and then select Diploma of Nursing and do a search, you'll see so many assessments there. So if you wanted to see the document, click on view file in the student assessment. So whatever is called student assessment and below that, that is by the student. The first part is the header part, like what is the course, what is the unit, what is the student name, what is the student ID, what is the what type of assessment it is, and then the answer key, and how many attempts has been done. Anything below that, the student assessment, if you click on view files, you can see the files. The comments, if the student has added any comments, you can see it here. And then it tells you whether the student accepted the no plagiarism agreement. It is a default yes, because without accepting the plagiarism agreement, student will not be able to continue submitting their assessment. And then it tells you when the student submitted this assessment in Eastern Standard Time. And then you can see the assessment here. Like we see our PDF assessments at the moment. All right. The next one is assessment materials course. This actually gives you the assessment materials for the latest assessment materials for any course. So if you look at the certificate 3 in individual support, you'll be able to see all the latest assessment materials here. If you click on this one, you can see the assessment materials. You might see a bit of distortions here. Don't worry about it. Like I said, we are working on it. And then if you see the Diploma of Nursing again, sorry, this is a new course. As you all know, we've moved all the Diploma of Nursing course assessments into online. That is why you don't see the download button here. Instead, you're seeing a online assessment view. We've moved everything except the group presentation and the SBS. So SBS, you can see the download button, most of them. Others don't have the download button. So majorly question and answer and the worksheets we have moved online. I think any new students submitting assessments, I think in a week or so, you will be only seeing the online assessments and you can mark it online. You don't need to download and upload the PDF. But all the existing ones, the 1,000 assessments that we were discussing, all those has to be marked. I think the similar thing we've done for IHN program as well. All our IHN assessments as well online at the moment. See this? See this one. All right. And then the assessment materials course offer. The difference between the assessment materials course and the assessment materials course offer is assessment materials. I think Pankaj got some question. Let me just go through the chat. Okay, Pankaj asking how all this help in tracking volume of learning. Pankaj, the volume of learning can be tracked by the time the student is using in the system. At the moment, we are tracking like the actions student is doing, but we are not tracking the time that the student is spending in the system. We are we are working on it. We are planning. We are just started working on it to track all the activities and capture the time as well, like how much time the student is spending in the system. In terms of doing the assessments, in terms of reading the learner's guide, any activity the student do, we will be capturing the student activity time, how much time student is spending in our system. So that way, that will help us to capture the volume of learning. So the difference between assessment material and assessment someone have a question, it seems. The difference between assessment materials and course is assessment materials course is the latest assessment that you can see in the system. So if a student comes in now and which assessment has to be given to the student, then that will be the latest assessment for the student. Say for example, we've got diploma students starting from 2014 now. So a student came who started in 2014 wanted to do their assessment. Then for them, we will be giving the assessment material, we'll be going to the assessment materials course and then selecting the course offer for them. And then give the assessment materials for them from that course offer. So here you can see it's downloadable, but the latest one is not downloadable. It's online assessment. So that is the difference between assessment materials and assessment materials course offer. Molly is asking, can the marker delete the assessments which is uploaded? Oh, sorry, one second. Can the marker delete the assessment which is uploaded incorrectly in the new system? All right, Molly, answer is no. The assessor cannot delete the assessment which is already uploaded in the system. The process is this way. The assessor upload the assessment. Assessor should check the assessment before uploading it, and there shouldn't be any errors. That is the first thing. But I agree, human errors can happen. The auditing team will audit the assessment and they'll reject the assessment. Once the assessment is rejected, then that assessment can be deleted. The idea behind this or why we are keeping it restricted is assessments are the major part or the major area that we need to be very careful about. So if an assessor goes in and if an assessor becomes destructive and delete all the assessments, then it's a huge problem for the company. So that is why, even though we understand it's a bit of a trouble for the educators, we are not releasing that option for any one of you. But once it is declined, once the assessment is rejected, then that means that assessment is no longer valid. Then the educator can go ahead and delete it. But this problem of deleting the assessment itself will be eliminated once the students started submitting the assessments online. All these problems happens with our PDF assessments only, and very soon, I think once we complete this 1,000 assessment, then we will not be dealing with any online assessments, any PDF assessments. Then most of the troubles or most of the errors that human errors that's happening now will be eliminated because the system will take care of all those errors. Does that answer your queries, Molly? I think yes, I'm going ahead. If you have any questions again, please feel free to ask. Now, assessment due date, the same thing that you see in in our academic hub. I'm spending more time on assessments and assessment due dates and all those things because that is one of the major area that everyone will have troubles. So that is why I thought of I'll spend a bit of time on that. So the assessment due dates, which will be displayed as usual, and then you can add more assessment due dates. You can add for a specific student if you want. Excuse me. You can add the student here, like, and extend the due date if you want, and you can put the reason. Everything is same as we do in our existing academic hub. Only the look and feel is different. Similar way, you can delete, you can edit the entire date if you want. All those things can happen here. All right. Now coming to the student assessment report, I think it's the same thing that we use. I would probably go to the semester-wise assessment report just to show you how does it work. So I'll select the campus path and I'll select Faculty of Nursing, Diploma of Nursing. and I will select probably 14 down C2, and then the semester 4 here comes in automatically because they are in their current semester is semester 4. So in the course offer area, if you update the current semester, then that will display everywhere. Then the course offer unit and all is not required. Then search, you'll be able to see the assessment report semester wise. Oh, it's a unit assessment. Sorry, I should go to the semester wise assessment report. Sorry, for some reason it's not taking me to that. I'll fix it. We'll fix it very soon. We will probably have a look at the student assessment report. So go to the Faculty of Nursing, go to Diploma of Nursing, course offer 14W down C2, and then search. You'll be able to see all the student assessments, like what is their current status. If you wanted to go to see one student, you'll be able to see that as well. Their assessment details, you'll be able to see like from the student profile. All right. Now, removing assessment report, don't worry. Assessment online, don't worry about it. Procedures. At the moment, we are not using the procedures. Procedures are a future thing. Why it is there is we are planning to move all our SBAs into online like we did our assessment online. We are planning to remove it from the PDF to online assessment. So that is where the procedures are there. Once it is ready, we will be running a specific training for that, and we can go from there. Documents, we can create the documents categories, we can add document names and document checklist and all here. More admin related area. Communications, every communications that you can see it here, your communication, email communications, the SMS, communication templates that you do. All the existing communication templates are here. If you wanted to create a new template, you can create it from here. At the moment, the communication templates are quite common. There is no difference, like it doesn't change course wise or anything, but we are planning to link it to each course. That way it will be a bit more user friendly. Email signature, any emails that is going out from your email, you can create an email signature. So if you edit, it's same like our Outlook email signature. You can create it. Mine is a bit old. I think I haven't updated it for so long. I can just disable it if I want. Then it won't work anymore. All right, let's go to the next one, courses. In courses, course offer, one of the very important area. If you select any course offer, yeah. Without any search as well, you can just type in the course name, course offer name, and then you can use that as well. If you click on the course offer, it will give you the details about the course offer. So course is Diploma of Nursing. This is the course offer name. Description, I would have given some description on this. What is the status of this course offer? It is in progress now. The mode of delivery is face-to-face. Jackie is the coordinator for that. Veena is admin for that. What is the capacity? SCOM flag, don't worry about it. Course unit profile, don't worry. E-learning access, don't worry. Course offer dates, very important dates, because these are the dates that is used for the timetables as well. So if you give the dates correctly here, then the timetable will be populated properly. Witness data, don't worry. Email templates, the same thing that I've told you. Any student coming into this course offer, this email templates will be sent to them. Units offered, all the units offered for this course, and the sequence, nominal hours, and the scheduled hours. Nominal hours is the hours which is how many hours funded for this unit. For example, we've got 65 hours of funding for this unit, but our scheduled hours, actual delivery hours, is 90 hours. So that's the difference between nominal hours and scheduled hours. Scheduled hours is like IHNA scheduled hours. IHNA is scheduled to deliver this many hours, 90 hours for HLT EN 401B. That's what it says here. Enrollments, all the students enrolled into this course offer. You can see based on their status. I'm searching current at the moment. Like if you want to see how many deferred and all those things, you can see it here. And you can see their attendance percentage as well here. Cumulative percentage it tells you current cumulative percentage is 48.55, which means till now, if you consider the course as 100 percentage, then the student got this percentage of attendance. If the student attend all remaining sessions, then the attendance percentage will be this much. That's what it tells you. There's another feature which is coming in is the ID card printing. If you click on this one, the ID card will be created automatically, and then you can download it as a PDF and it can be printed. It's not yet ready, but we are working on it as well. The documents, any specific course offer related documents will be displayed here. An example is an attendance record. Previously we were using this. Now we are not using it because our attendance is online. Timetable. It's all set already, but when you want to create a new timetable, you can use these ones. And then you can continue using it. Those who are using timetables, I think they are very well aware of how to use and how to. Assessment metrics. Metrics for this course offer. So how many question and answer is there for this unit? Question and answer is there, SBA is there, worksheet is there, and group presentation is there. That is what the metrics is. Based on the metrics only, we are setting up the question, we are setting up the assessment area for the student. Now course unit pool, don't worry, more into the admin area. Resource management, don't worry. Survey. You can send survey, different types of surveys. Like if you go to the survey templates, there are so many different types of surveys which we have already added. You can send those surveys to any student or external people as well. We'll probably run separate sessions for this. And then you can take out the survey reports. Like if you click on the reports here, click this one. You can see the survey reports here. All right. Now, when you click on a button, you might be seeing that there is a change in this area, wherever I'm moving now. There is something moving. Like you can see that is what does it tells you is like the system is processing your request. So some of the areas where you've got huge data, there might be a bit of delay. So look at that area, see whether it is processing. If you're processing the request, do not click again. Because if you click again, then it will start from the beginning. All right, just a tip. Learner's guide, don't worry. Course category, more into the admin area. Course, very important part. Like click for diploma and search. We'll see all the diploma courses here. Diploma of nursing. It gives you all the details about the course. So all the details about the course will be added to the course offer as well when we create a course offer. If there is any changes has to be made in the course offer, then we can do it in the course offer as well. That is how the system works. So the course is the core part. From there, the course offer will copy all the data from the course. All right. Any course offers assigned or created from this course can be seen here. All the course units. So you have seen the same in course offer as well, because all these data picked up from the course offer. Course documents. Let me check whether there's any chats. Jackie is asking, can we add attendance? Yes, Jackie, we can add attendance. I'll show you that. Jackie asking, extra hours means I mean to bring the students' attendance hours to 80%. Oh, okay. At the moment, no, Jackie. We will work on that as well. I'll copy paste that. What Jackie asks is, some students do extra hours, but we don't have a provision to add that into the student attendance. So I think from Sydney as well, SOM has requested similar facility. We'll probably work on that. Pankaj asking how we can effectively use a timetable to allocate teaching staff. I'll get back to you, Pankaj. We have provisions to do that, and some changes has to be done in our system. So one part or one change that we have done is making everything together. So now we can pick up the data, like where the staff is allocated, how many staff allocated for teaching, how many staff allocated for marking, how many staff is available in the campus at the moment, who all are on leave, who all are on out of office. All the data can be picked up. Now we need to show that in one place, then we can actually work it out from there. I'll discuss in detail with you, and we've got a plan in place to get that done very soon. Institute of Health and Nursing Australia, I'm not sure who it is, but they're asking, can we print this timetable to provide, it's Jasmine, can we print this timetable to provide students at the time of enrollment? No, Jasmine, they can view it online from their student hub. I wouldn't recommend to print the timetable. But if you think that they cannot see it online, before that they need to see the timetable. If there's some requirement like that, let me know. We'll work it out. I prefer to give it online only, not print it, because the timetable changes as well. So giving it online to them wouldn't help us. All right, where were we? In the course documents. Any course documents that we want, any documents related to the course we wanted to update here, we can update. Assessment documents. Any assessments that we cannot show in the normal assessment area, we can update it here. Someone raised their hand. Institute of Health and Nursing Australia. I have Amrita raised her hand. I'll just unmute her. Yes, Amrita, you can ask the question now. Amrita? All right. I'm muted. All right. So in here, what we have done is the exams, all the medication exams we have added here, because we cannot show this to the student. We're working on it for the medication exam to be added as added in our system. So we will get that. We'll get back to it very soon. Once that is done, then we don't need it here. All right. Then the assessment metrics for the course is added here as well. All right. Let's move on. Course calendar, staff calendar. Don't worry. Course board now. Unit hours, webinars. Resource hub, another important area. It looks the same as our earlier resource hub. There is no big difference as such. If you search for the resources, you can see all the resources here. If you click on here, you can see e-learning, learner's guide, handouts, discussion, everything here. Click on the view button here. You will be able to see the actual presentation.
Hi everybody, my name is Natasha and I will be your lead educator for semester 1
Diploma of Nursing online program. A warm welcome to you all. Your learning objectives for this unit consist of work with an understanding of the historical development of healthcare. 1/3 of all Australians live outside of its major cities.
You can see the menu here. You can go to anywhere from any time. Like if you want to go to the activity, you can go straight there.
Which among the following are the roles of the enrolled nurse?
You can see the transcript as well here. All right. Similar way, you can go through all the learner's guide, handouts, presentations, everything. Now, coming back to finance, pay online. All the payments that we are receiving, we'll be able to see that here. More needed for the finance team. I think sometime the admin team as well look into it because the students sometimes claims that I've made the payment. Can you check it out? Then normally the admin team comes over here. If it's an online payment done through the payway, then they can actually check that here. You can see the status as well for the payment. You can see the amount and you can see the invoice number, student ID, everything. All right. Pankaj asking, can we create system that will help generate future cash flow? Pankaj, we are working on creating the invoice system. Once the invoice is there, then yes, we can create reports for the future cash flow and everything. At the moment, the invoice we are using a system called Zero, and Zero is integrated with this system as well, with our knowledge hub at the moment. So that is how we see all the student payment in our knowledge hub. But in future, we will not use Zero. Instead, we will have our own invoice system, and we will be with that we'll be able to get more data about the student and the payment and everything. Now there are so many reports: assessment rejection report, certificate issuance report, assessment submission report, assessor report, enrollment report, and everything. Maybe I'll take the assessor report. For each assessor, they'll be able to see their own name only, but the administrators can see all the assessors. What it tells you is like how many assessments have been marked for the last so and so day. So I'm just selecting from 1st June to 24th June for all the courses, all the assessors. The data won't be correct. Don't worry about it. Just see what it is. Kim has marked 145 assessment. If you click on, and that is the first attempt, and it tells you about the redo as well. If you wanted to see which all assessment it is, you can click on that. You will be able to see how many assessments has been marked and which assessment it is. I'm sure all the educators are using this for marking calculators and all. So yeah. Coming to certificate issuance report. You can understand how many certificates has been requested, how many has been issued, how many is pending for issuance. All those things you'll be able to identify from here. Assessment submission report. You can see how many assessment have been submitted for a course, for a campus, or whatever it is, and how many students are there who not submitted assessments probably for the last 2 weeks, 2 months, or for the last 2 weeks, sorry. If you wanted to see that, you will be able to get a report for that as well. Sorry, for some reason it's not working, but it will make it working, but you will be able to see how many students are not submitting assessments at the moment, and then you'll be able to follow up with those students as well. Similar way, you can see the enrollment and ticket reports as well. Assessment rejection report tells you like how many assessment has been rejected so far. So if you select the assessor name, or if you just select a date range, you will be able to see how many assessments has been rejected. In maybe in this date range there wouldn't have been any assessment rejected probably, or that data hasn't been populated here. But you'll be able to see that, okay, this many assessment has been rejected for this assessor. Right? So that's all about our academic hub or academic portal from now on. Now we move on to the admissions portal. It tells you all about the inquiry and enrollment. How many inquiries happening, how many enrollments are happening on a daily basis. Sorry, this one is daily and the second one is monthly basis. The daily data is not there because we did the data dump 2 weeks ago. You can click on the applications and then you can search for any inquiries that came in. You can see the details of the inquiry by clicking on the name of the student. We will get all the details like what inquiry has been came in, what we have done on that inquiry, like any documents we have received. So this many documents we have already received. The mails that we have sent to the student, the calls that we have made to the student, the tasks, like, okay, we are going to call the student on 24th. That is what this task means. Any specific notes about the student and any other activities. All the activities together, we'll be able to view it here. If the student submitted an application, we'll be able to see that here as well. And I think whoever working in the admissions area, they're very well aware of like what each and everything means. But all others, if you wanted to see anything related to a student inquiry, you can actually search it here. You can search in our student area and then you'll be able to see it. I've got a question from Anuranj. Do we have an assessment marking calculator available anywhere in this section? Yes, Anuranj, I can show that. One second. Another question from Pankaj. Is it possible to link student status with finance? That is, withdrawal or non-progress will give an indication to finance. Yes, Pankaj, possible, not there yet, but we'll add it. To answer Aniranj's questions, Aniranj, to see the student, the marking calculator, you have to go to the office portal and in QMS. In guidelines, click on the guidelines again and go to assessments. Here you can see all the payment marking payout calculator. The future changes we are planning on this one is, instead of adding it here, we will add it to the assessment itself. So when an assessment is marked, they'll be able to understand, or the educator will be able to understand what will be the payment for that, if there is a payment. Like if the assessment is marked outside of their working hours, that is where the assessment is paid. Assessment marking calculator comes into effect, so that will be actually showed in the system. All right, getting back to our admissions portal. So click on the contacts and then you'll be able to see all the details. Then there are activities, reports and teams and communication templates and everything similar to our current admissions portal. The admission team is very well aware of how to handle this. Let's go to the stakeholder portal now. It tells you what sort of partners we have at the moment. So recruitment of prospective learners is like our agents. We've got so many agents at the moment. We've got delivery and training, may not be the correct number. Workplace training, committee members, guest lecturers, community organization, all these things are there. If you wanted to add a new partner, go to the partner management, click view all instead. You'll be able to see all the partners here. There are like so many, and then you can add a new stakeholder. If you want, you can click over here. And then you can add them. All right. Coming back to stakeholder portal again. In my organization, you will be able to see all the details about IHNA, health careers. And in the staff report, you can see all the actions done by any particular staff for the journals, adding journals and those sort of things. So in the partner portal, if you go to a particular partner, you will be able to see every details about the partner, all the contact people in that for that partner, documents. If we add any documents for this partner, we'll be able to see that. Any resources, like for example, if you wanted to add a student induction document, you will be able to see, you will be able to add it here. You can add it like add resources, select as like student induction, and then you can add it. Journals, similar to our student journals, anything related to the partner or the stakeholder, if you wanted to add it, you can add it. Or the emails, you can send it from here, then it will be captured. Type of associations, what type of association we have this with this Hollywood hospital? It's a clinical placement agreement. That is how it works. All right. Administration, don't worry, more into our administrations area. At the moment, it's you don't need to worry about it. Academic portal is the same thing that we have seen already. These are the major things that you need to be aware of. On Monday, when you comes in, you can use the same login that you're using, or you can go to IHNA website. And then you can click on the staff button here. That will also take you to the login page. So this similar login you can use for the new system as well. So Monday you comes in, either you go through the knowledge through our website or just type in directly, and then you will be seeing a button like this. You'll be seeing the login page like this. Just type in your email ID. Enter your current knowledge of password. For some reason, if you remember your password, use the lowest password option. Type in your email ID, and then you will get the email password through email, and then you can log in as well. Right? So this is what all about our new system. Any questions, feel free to ask me now.